Okay, there's 7 million people living in America who could get like from $2,400 to like $9,000 with no problem at all in free government money. It's amazing how people don't know what's available. This is the earned income tax credit, and they estimate about 28 million people are eligible, or actually that's how many apply every year, but about 35 million or more are eligible, and the difference, that 7 million aren't applying for this money. And the average money that you get from this program is $2,400. So that means, and you could go back. See, what's neat about filing at the IRS, you go back and amend your return for 3 years. So this year coming up, you're going to pay taxes this year, fill out that form. If you're eligible, because the income eligibility goes up to like $50,000. So find out if you're eligible. You're one of those 7 million people have been applying for that. And if you are eligible, see, you could go back and amend your return for the last 3 years. It doesn't cost you any money, just some time, fill out the paperwork, pretty easy, because you're not a complicated person if you only have $50,000, and get that money. So the government's sitting there waiting to give you up to $9,000. People aren't asking, and that's what you think the fat cats don't know about it? Of course, man. I've been, they would hire people like me. That's what I used to do. This is how I learned out about this stuff. I had an office downtown Washington D.C. and fat cats call me up, and I go charge them thousands and thousands of dollars to get this stuff. They were making millions. So that's why now my devotion is to make sure everybody knows about this stuff. It's there. Whatever race, religion, or political bent you are, it's not going to change. It's there. So it's an earned income tax credit. How do you find out about it? There's free tax services. Actually, if you're making up to $40,000 or $50,000, there's free tax services in your community. We'll fill out your paperwork for you. Just call 211 about that. You could Google, earned income tax credit, and get the information you need, to see if you apply, and actually how to find an amended return. Just also, you could Google amended return, earned income tax credit, and you'll see the IRS has a step-by-step to do it. And so what if you make a mistake? Check out your mistake. If you see that the IRS owes you money, if the IRS owes you money, then just fill it, send it in, and see what happens. That's the important thing, that you process the paper. Nothing's going to happen if it processes, and perfect doesn't count. The important thing is that you do it. So $2,400 to $9,000. 7 million people. Wow. See, I've seen state governments that what they'll do is have radio announcements in their state saying, hey, file for the earned income tax credit. Don't forget to file that, because that brings in more money to the state, right? So it's not a political thing. It's just reality. So apply for that sucker. Now, this is something a lot of people don't think of. That just because you live in America, no matter what income you are, you could get treatment, healthcare treatment, by the best doctors in the world. And these are actually the doctors at NIH, or NIH, National Institutes of Health, part of the Department of Health and Human Services, that gives out grants for the best doctors in the world to study conditions that we really don't have answers for yet. So if you have a problem, you're not being solved by your local physician or whatever, you have to go to this government website called clinicaltrials.gov. This is a website. You could see if they're studying your disease, because if they are, then you get treated by the best doctors in the world. People call it guinea pigs or whatever. Man, you just want to get treated, and if you're paying big money to a doctor that's not getting it, man, maybe you could get somebody who's free to really treat it, because the answers change in healthcare every day, and nobody knows. They're all guessing, and that's what healthcare is saying. Try this, try that, try that. They're all guessing. So if you have something, a treatment, or a friend, see all these things I'm telling you about too. What's important, I think, this is why I think every American should know. You don't even have to be American. You just have to be living here. Should know about what's available in this country, the resources that have everybody living here has access to, and here everyone living here has access to the best doctors in the world. I mean, we used it for my boy's arm. He wasn't getting satisfied at the he fell off climbing as a kid, broke his arm, it didn't heal right, and he's stuck. You can't be a waiter, you can't do that. But he could do this, so he could type and use it. And you have access to the best doctor. A friend of mine, her daughter was getting sick, they didn't know it, and actually was from the lead paint. And they went there, the NIH, National Institute of Health, got treatment by the best doctors in the world. Sam Donaldson had I forget what surgery he had, but does that. The rich people use this. See, that's the important thing. Man, if you're wealthy in this country, you know about information and you're using this stuff. And they don't check your income. They don't check. They just want to cure people that other people are not curing. And that's what's important. And that's what's so neat, I think, about our democracy and the stuff we have here, is that everybody has access to it, no matter who you are. This is, the values of living in this country, and so you should take advantage of it. And that's why these, programs, these 25 top programs, to me, they're programs everybody. Just because you live here, you should know about it. Well, what's becoming more and more important in our lives is our cell phone, right? And it's always becoming more and more expensive than ever. The government has a program to help you pay your phone bill. Now, it's not for real rich people. Your income can only be like about $31,000 a year or so. But it's called a Lifeline or Link Up program. And if you go to fcc.gov/lifeline, that's fcc.gov/lifeline. And on YouTube, we have a video on this too, so if you want to watch that too. Okay, soon, this whole country is going to be run over by seniors. Not running over seniors. It's going to be run by seniors. There's going to be so many of us around, because we're living longer. So if you're not one now, you're going to be one soon, or you're going to be taking care of a senior. And that's important to do. And that's one of the best programs I think is out there is something called the Elder Care Hotline. This is a place you could turn to either online, it's eldercare.gov, or you could call their 800 number and get help of any kind. I mean, they help with like adult daycare. What are you going to do all day? What are you going to do with mom during the day? Stuff like that. Alzheimer's disease, caregiver. Man, you need a caregiver, whatever. Or maybe you're caring for mom or dad or some elderly person. Man, you need a break, And so you can get like grants even to take a break, respite care, or whatever. And elder abuse prevention. You think that somebody's being abused and they're a senior. senior or whatever. They help you with that financial assistance for senior, all the programs that they'll help you with, applying for, find out food nutrition, health insurance, healthy aging, home repair modification. Man, you need a ramp. How do you get that paid for? Where are you going to do that? Housing options, in-home services, legal advice. Man, I remember my mom, they were retired in Florida. My father, he was complaining about my father, and so I just got on the phone, called Elder Care Hotline, and got her a lawyer if she wanted to divorce my dad. And she yelled at me, I didn't want, I was just talking about it. That's what I learned about what he said, she said, really. Women just like to talk about, guys want to do stuff, So you complain about something, fix the problem. And I called the Elder Care Hotline. So it's anything like that, long-term care, all this insurance problems that come up with someone in seniors. Should you have a reverse mortgage and stuff like that? So they help you find the expertise to help that. Transportation, how are you going to get mom to the doctor at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you're stuck at work? Solving these problems like that. So it's the Elder Care Hotline. That's a pretty neat thing to have around. It's not income dependent at all. It doesn't matter. You can be a millionaire and use this. Well, how would you like an extra $6,000 a year for grocery money? That's right, that's the SNAP program, and that's a Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. We used to call it food stamps, but that's what it is now. But it's serious stuff. I mean, people used to think that, well, if you're getting food stamps or a SNAP program, you must be, just hanging around doing nothing. And that's not true. Half the people get that work, and about 80–90% of the people who get it worked last year or will work next year. I mean, it's important to, man, if you're not fed well, you can't do anything. And there's somewhere between 7 and 10 million people that are eligible now, can apply and get this money, and they don't. And seniors are worse. There's only about 40% of the seniors that are eligible, take advantage of it. So man, that's half the senior population that are eligible aren't applying for it. And that's a pity. This is stuff that everybody pays for, to solve problems for other people. And if you don't know about it or know where to take advantage of it, then you're not. And actually, there's another interesting, neat program that's available for seniors, and that's for, it's to buy food at farmers markets. And you get money, free money to do that. And actually that eligibility is about, for 2 seniors only, it's about $30,000. And so you could go and get these coupons, really. Go to farmers market, get fresh fruits and vegetables, better than you're going to ever get in Safeway, but it's for free this way. And that's a program that people don't take advantage of. So the SNAP program, the income requirement is about $30,000, for that. And let people know about it. If you don't, it's important, I think, when you see people that you think that are struggling, people lost their job, mom, dad lost their jobs or whatever, remind them about these programs. SNAP, S-N-A-P. And it's really part of the Department of Agriculture run these, and there's a big long link that I'll give you. But also remember, on any of these programs, you could also call 211. That's a local hotline that tells you about government programs or nonprofit organizations that will help you in any kind of programs like this. They know about these programs. I'm just giving you the highlights of 25. There's a lot more. Okay, watch this next interview, because this will really drive home the facts to you that, the internet now makes it possible for anybody without background, training, or whatever, money, to really create something and create an opportunity for themselves, create a business for themselves, contribute more to life and everything. There's a young man who really, it's not like he hated school. He started college, tried it for a little bit. Oh, God, it was miserable. Then he went up and started, the jobs. He was a good-looking young guy, So he was a waiter, and I guess you make pretty good money in a lot of these waiter jobs, But he hated it. He hated working for somebody or whatever like that. And it just wasn't suiting him, be that. And he always wanted, God, to have more freedom in life, like we all do. So he went on the internet and started raising money for an idea he had, And he only needed like $200, that's right. And he went to the local incubators. You know what incubators are? They're maker spaces, incubators. These are people who work on ideas. And these are the people who are really into technology and stuff like that. So he went there and he worked with one of the people at one of these places. Like for $100, they did a 3D printed case for these new iPhones, the big ones, And so he goes on the internet, and he's not even sure how to do that, And he goes on Kickstarter and tries to put it on, nothing happens, and then he just follows his nose, one thing after another, and you'll see in this interview, and then he just, God, this what's happening. So he just spent like 3 days banging on doors on the internet. See, there's no magic to anything. It's all digging ditches in life. You ring 100 doorbells, something's going to happen. You dig 100 holes and you'll find something. And that's what he did. And now he's successful. He was looking for, he made 500 times what he thought he needed to get this product launched. And he's going after it now. So here he is, got the money from the internet, just a crazy idea that he even had the talent, that he went to school for, or the knowledge of, but found it for like $100 to get it made for him. God. See, that's what excites me so much about what's going on in the world nowadays and how to do things. Man, in my generation going up, you need a lot of money. Well, it's nowhere near like it is now. This internet thing is just changing everybody's world, and you don't want to be the last one to find out about how to use it, how to take advantage of it. Very powerful. There's no magic. It doesn't take a degree or a PhD or anything. It just takes using it. Like look at all the idiots making money. On it. So if you're curious about how to make money, it doesn't take a mental genius. It just takes working at it. Watch this. The bell. Man, you dropped out of college, you hated that. You dropped out of waiting on tables because you hated that, and went right to the internet, and man, you got 400% success on Kickstarter with your great little gadget, man, that takes these big phones and lets you hold a big phone with one hand. Like, what is this Galaxy phone called? The Galaxy, 8 or something like that?
The Galaxy Mega, and then they have the
Galaxy Mega, those
Note
big
4
suckers.
And the Note 4 too.
Yeah, all these big phones that are really hip now, and the iPhones and all these big phones. So you now made, because the problem with this is what you're solving is that they're so big you can't put it in one hand and text anybody or do anything.
Yeah, it's hard to reach.
Right, it's too hard. So you have this gadget, you slap it on the back, and you could hold it with one hand, and now you sold a few hundred of these things already. You made over 400% of your quote on Kickstarter, and man, you're not even half finished yet, right?
Yeah.
And you started, but more importantly, man, you started a whole new career for yourself and got rid of that lousy job you had, right?
Yeah.
That must be the most wonderful feeling in the world to be. Now you can support yourself with your own ideas, and it took you what, $200 or so to make all this happen, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more waiting tables either.
And really get them made. You have a local incubator place there. These guys are making them for you, and they made the prototype for you, right, for next to nothing, it seemed. And you went on the internet. You said it cost you $1,000, but here the local incubator is like $100, and that was all you needed to get on Kickstarter and start making real money. So now you have all the potential customers' money in your hands, and you go back to your buddies to make some more.
Yeah, make them even better.
So, what do your folks say? That I'm sure they were probably angry with you dropping out of college, but now you're a successful entrepreneur and doing what you really want to do. Do they understand what you're doing yet?
Yeah, I think now.
Yeah.
They didn't before, but I never listened to them before.
Good for you, right? Yeah, sometimes our loved ones are our worst enemies. They don't want you to get hurt, so they want to protect
they just want
you.
To play it safe,
Right. Well, that's terrific, and it's called The Greatest Case, and that's your website too, thegreatestcase.com. So you can go to the Greatest Case.
Yep.
And go there, and that will get you to Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, the link to the Kickstarter, and then it was on CNET, and then a few other blogs too, which was neat too.
And that's where you did. I mean, you said that when you first started, it was going nowhere, right? And then you went and compiled a list of blog people, and it took you about 3 days to get a decent list. And you see banging on these people, and that's what did it.
Yeah, 700 bloggers. And they emailed all of them.
Wow, good for you. Yeah, I mean, and that's the way it is. Yeah, I mean, it's like selling anything, or like asking for a date. The one person turns you down at the bar, you just don't go home.
Yeah, you got to climb to the top somehow.
Exactly. You got to keep knocking on those doors, and you got to have a list to knock on. So that's what you did. You spent time doing that list, and now you're a success at doing this. And people who want to distribute your thing are asking about it too, and it's just opened a whole new world. And the nicest part is you don't have to wait on tables anymore.
Yeah, that is the nicest part of it. I hated that.
Why did you hate it? I mean, you're a personable guy. I'm sure the people loved you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because I got fired from it for stupid reasons. I got fired like 4 times from it.
Oh, really? So it wasn't the waiting on tables. It was just working for other people. That was. That's how I was, man. After 6 weeks of working somewhere, I thought my boss was an idiot. And it just wasn't a nice thing to do every day. Well, it's so great to meet you, and so happy for your success, and that this still is possible. And I think with the internet now, it's more possible than ever before. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All you need is a computer, and do anything.
Right. Well, you have to work at it. You gotta, you harvest those 700 names yourself. But you didn't have to hire anybody. You figured out how to do it yourself. Making the case with a 3D printer. You probably don't know how to do it, but you figured out how to get it done, right?
Yeah. No degrees or.
No, you got rid of that stuff.
Training, but,
right. But now you're training yourself. And that's why I think the internet gives you that opportunity to learn how to train yourself. Anything you want to know is out there. You put some effort to finding out how to do it. You did it. You found $200 somewhere from extra tips you had somewhere from waiting on tables, and you put the deal together.
Oh yeah, the collaboration, collaborating with people is key too, They have skills and I got the
definitely.
ideas.
No, it only happens because of you, Kyle. And thank you for being there and doing work like that and showing other people that you can get out of something that you don't enjoy doing, and there's help out there to help you do it. It doesn't take a PhD from MIT to figure this stuff out.
Yeah, that wouldn't help in the entrepreneur world.
Right. It'd be a handicap. Well, wonderful, guys. So the website is thegreatestcase.com. The Greatest Case. Go there. You have a big phone. You need Kyle's phone holder. Otherwise, you're going to need 3 hands to handle this thing. And with Kyle's case, you'd only need 1. Wonderful, Kyle. Take care. Nice to meet you in Denver. And I'll be out that way in a month or 2. I'll give you a ring.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
Take care.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right. Okay, this interview will give you some ideas on how to prepare for retirement. Yeah, we're all thinking about, oh, everybody doesn't have enough money for retirement. I think that's maybe won't be as much as a concern as we get more developed. But anyway, besides that, if you're worried about retirement money, you have a job. 1, 2, 3. If you're worried about retirement money and you have a decent job or a job you like and you want to stay there, and so what the typical thing is, you take that money that you're saving and you give it to financial advisors, right? And they're in the business of making you make the lots of decisions, so they make lots of commissions and whatever. And that's a gambler's game, And sure, if you want to spend full time, trying to figure out the system, what is the stock market, real estate, all this kind of stuff, man, you have a full-time job, you can't do that. And so that's why I think any of those financial things, boy, you just put your money in somewhere real safe, and so you don't have to worry about it, and because there'll be ups and downs and everything, and let the gamblers figure that out and lose somebody else's money instead of them playing with your money. See what they have all the fun with the money, and you get the heartaches when it doesn't turn out so good. So that's why I think it's best to put that stuff in real safe stuff that you don't have to worry about. And now what you do for your risk is do risky things that don't cost anything. Like this next interview. There's a guy who was an English teacher and things like that, and now he has a great job. But what he's doing on the side is getting free money to learn how to make money on the internet. So it's a business. It's something he really wants to do, something he's interested in, wants to learn about more. So he invented this dog collar. It's a dog strap. It's really clever. And really, he and his wife have a fun time doing this, and they go to pet shows and things like that. So it's a great activity that's making money for him, and it didn't cost him money because he's using the internet to figure it out. So this is something that you could learn, to do something that you're passionate about and do it on the side, make money at it, and then actually you'll be learning how to make money, and not only having a bigger retirement fund, but actually how to make money at something you really enjoy, probably better than your real job. So it's a way to either transfer into something else that you really like, or to have a bigger pot at the end and something that will be churning money for you forever, no matter how long you live. Because so many things on the internet doesn't take much. You can do it whenever you want to, and it's just more flexible and a nicer way to live, and you're contributing, you're giving. And so now in retirement, you'll be able to give forever and keep giving and making money doing it too. How great is that? So watch this and think about it as how you can use now the internet as a part-time way to start making money and plan for retirement. Wow, now that's cool. Well, Kurt Iwasaki, but nobody will spell it right just from at least hearing me. But it's more importantly that gear-wise.com is what people really want to know about you, because from there they can get to your latest Kickstarter campaign and find the neatest dog leash that I think has ever been invented in the world. It's like, what is it, 6 dog leashes in one? Yeah, I mean, we used to have 2 little terriers, and we had one of these retractable dog leashes. Man, I mean, they sound great, but, they were so, you couldn't do more than get tangled up in them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you have one that could be like a safety dog leash to use 2 hands when you cross the street. You have it so easy to leave the dog somewhere and tied up securely, or even put it over your shoulder if you're hiking with your dog. What made you think? I mean, and you're actually in a business with education materials. What the heck you do with dogs?
Well, we started, we rescued our dog Cooper, and we did a lot of camping and backpacking at the time, and wanted to not have to carry everything with us. So I decided to find a way to cut down the clutter and combine all of our leashes into one that we could just carry around wherever we went.
So you used to have more than one leash for these?
Oh yeah.
No kidding.
I had one. My wife had one that we could run with. We had, the double handle one. I had my really long one, and then I had one I could just leave on the collar, and it dangled while he did his own thing, and I could just grab it if I needed to. You're backpacking. I don't want to carry all that extra weight.
So now this is really a side project. You and your wife have full-time jobs, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're just doing this for fun and now money. I mean, you got over 100 people want this thing already. You made your quota on quick Kickstarter, so you're home free. But there's
not true. We haven't quite made it yet. We're at 80.
Really? Oh gosh. Well, here I'll give you 25 cents, and that'll put you over here. You're almost there. But more importantly, man, getting this thing now. You save 40% or so more on this. Like you could get into this thing now for $18, right? And it's normally $30 on your website. And you're making one now for big dogs, right?
Yep, all metal buckles, so very, very strong.
Right, but the ones that are available immediately, the big dog. How long will it take to finish producing that now? When the
if our campaign ends in April, if it's successful,
right?
Then I already have my components vendors lined up, so I'm gonna grab those, and then I got to talk to my producer, and my production guy. It shouldn't take more than a month, maybe
really?
2. So we're estimating June.
So you'll have it for the rest of the summer then. That's terrific.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's sort of the big one. You get the small ones now through the Kickstarter or whatever, and it's great to get it through the Kickstarter because, man, this is a hell of a deal to get it now, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I do have to say, if you buy it through Kickstarter at the discounted price versus our website, we have them. You'll get them before the dog leash, the big dog ones. You'll get them probably end of April. But I can't send them to you right this minute. So if you want the dog leash now, go through our website.
I see. I see. Okay. Well, that's a good thing to know. So you need them now because this is a one-of-a-kind thing, and I see it as a neat gift. I mean, at least friends I know, everybody seems to have a dog now. And what could be a neater gift item than this one leash that is very attractive and can be 6 different kind of leashes? I mean, we've all suffered through that. I mean, and dogs are so important, it seems like. And now what I see even downtown, I live in Washington, D.C., and all these millennials, like 30% of our population is under 30, the grown-ups. And they all seem to have dogs. I mean, the apartment building we're in down there must be a dozen dogs in this small apartment building. Yeah. So everybody.
It's crazy.
So it's a great gift. You found a great gift idea, because nobody's got one of these things. I mean, 6 different leashes in one. That's like a retractable pen that has 15 colors in it. So do you see? What was it like having this in addition to working full time? Did this make your life more stressful, or what was that like?
I would rather be busy than bored. And so, at the time, my wife was studying for her nurse practitioner license, and so there's a lot of downtime for me. Instead of, baby, let's watch a movie, it was, all right, you do your thing, I'm going to do my thing, and we just kind of focused on work. Now, it's kind of the other way around. She's out of school, and I'm on Kickstarter, and so I'm always hounding the computer. It's like, come on, let's do something. Like, I can't. I got to do social media. I got to do another Instagram post. Luckily, it's only for a month, and I keep telling her that 3 weeks left, 3 weeks left. So she's great about it. But it really, having to do this while we had the full-time job, it was stressful. Luckily, because I do product development for my full-time career, it's not a hard transition for me. If I was like, I don't even know, if I was an accountant or something, having to switch gears like that would be very difficult. But I was able to just kind of flow straight from my work day into my work.
But more importantly, you were doing this for free for people as a hobby and not getting any money out of it, right?
Yeah, a little bit. You mean just outside of work, right?
Yeah, outside of work. It's how you were mentioning that earlier before we went on the air was that you like inventing things and tinkering around, and so your friends and relatives had problems, and you sort of like fix them for them and things like that. Yeah,
I was always kind of the fix-it guy, Oh, here's my trash can broke. Help me make something to make the lever again. And so I would do that kind of stuff. And then my mom has like this fish pond where she has to get the filter cleaned and all this stuff. So I came up with a way to make it easier for her. And I'll do it for my mom for free, you know,
right.
But a dog leash, you know, I'm like, you know, everybody could use this. I feel like it's time to take it to market, so.
Well, I mean, that's right. So now you're making your pocketbook happy instead of your friends. Huh?
Exactly.
Do you see, I mean, would this be ideal someday if you really built a career just doing these kind of ideas yourself?
You know, I've thought about it, and, you know, my wife and I have definitely had the conversation. We haven't, like, pinned down a number or a dollar amount that would make us feel comfortable. It really depends on the time. But, you know, depending on how this one goes, and you know, I do have a bunch of other ideas that are kind of just on the line. It really just comes down to timing. And if I hit one that's like, okay, here's $2 million for your next project. And I'm like, okay, well, I only needed $5,000 to develop it, so you know, I can use those $2 million to kind of bankroll my next couple of years. Then maybe I might not need to work anymore. But you know, if that happens, great. We'll see what happens.
It would be nice, but you're not you're not desperate to do that, right?
Correct. I do love working where I'm working, so it's
well, that's a double plus.
Yeah,
you know, and at home you come into you're making money at a project you love doing, and all day you're doing something you love. Man, you're so selfish. What do you?
I do work long hours though, so you know there is that twist.
Well, I mean that's terrific. I mean, you should be, and you should be. I mean, that's ideal life, as you say. If you're not giving, what the hell are you here for? You know, and so you're giving full time at work, and then part time at home, and so you're giving. What a great life! And we all should give to you and get one of these things because it's Gear GEAR-wise.com, and do it now because when Kickstarter's over, you're going to pay full price, right? 6 leashes in one. Where the heck could you get that? What a deal! Well, thank you so much. Pleasure to talk with you, and see you when you get your next project.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Take care, bye.